Group has to be included.
No.
Kralik is a really cool guy. Okay, don't worry about that. Don't
Thank
stop.
Thank you, NC.
Yeah.
I think
He's
okay,
one of
live
the
stream is
coolest
online.
people I know. One of the coolest people I know.
Right back at you, Entity Man.
Thanks.
How many people do you know?
It is, yeah. I don't know who specifically you are in here, name, but you're nice, so sure.
Where do you want me to post to YouTube, by the way?
I don't know,
I'm
Lambda
stuck.
Gen and in the general talk. Did you post a Lambda Gen in the initial point?
I did not know.
Alright, I post it now, and also I guess general talk, so people know it's back up. And then it's back? Okay, it's back. Do we have any watchers? Nope. Okay. Yes, we do. That's fine. We do have some watchers. It's okay. Always well. I have an end stream button here. Who is crowbarring me? I swear to God, I'm AFK. Leave me alone.
Fodder again.
It's probably Fodder, who is such a bad gamer.
Okay,
Such a bad gamer, but he
test,
actually has to crowbar me whilst AFK in order to get me.
Since we're on the topic of good guys, Fodder is not one of them.
Welcome back. Sorry about that slight delay. Sorry that technical difficulties. We were trying to switch out the live stream so that our team lead Kralik could be streaming, but unfortunately he's having some technical difficulties on his end. So welcome again to anybody who's returning and anybody who's new. I'm Crazy Eyed Mustafa, and this is our RTBR game night. If you guys have any questions for the devs, drop them in the comment section below, and we'll pass them on.
By all means. Cool, we're back. We're back, baby. Job done.
Alright, Kralik, in the meantime, I implore you to please try and find a way to see if you can get the stream working again, because I might have to get off soon.
Yep, okay. I don't know exactly why it wasn't working when it was working before. But I will have a look-see.
It's almost like
I'm gonna have to be AFK for a minute whilst I try and figure this out.
Maybe YouTube runs on the source engine.
That was really funny. Can you say that one more time in case people didn't hear that?
Maybe YouTube runs on the source engine.
Hey, now one more time for the record, buddy.
Alright, that's enough.
Alright. At least some people heard that.
Oh, man.
Peeps, hey Peeps, can you just stop right? Peeps,
guys, what? It's not funny.
Just watch. No, Peeps, watch. Okay, well, super.
The rocket launcher is my hands now, and I killed myself with it. Well, it's fine. That's poetic.
Alright, yeah, in about 30 minutes, so it's 6:30 p.m., which I would assume is like 11:30 your time. Kralik, I'm gonna have to get off. Okay.
Yep, that's fine. I mean, honestly, then we could see how many people we have, and then we could even bounce off at that point, just because we would have been doing it for a good hour and a half at that point. So it depends on how many people want to keep going. If you could leave the server up, if you're down with it, but we could always just stop streaming at that point anyway.
Okay. I'll leave the server up for as long as I want. It's not a big deal.
This is the best map.
You really need
This
more
is my
maps
least favorite map.
Well, with any luck, we will have another one at some point from Super Toaster, I think, is the one who's making one.
We should really just ask Valve, see if they can release more maps or something, man, for Half-Life 2 Deathmatch.
That'd be nice. Can we support
their 12-year-old game?
Would be nice.
Right now.
Would be nice. Oh, Orcs power command, please, Mustafa.
I got it. In momento, please.
I wonder if it's possible to run a little thing that automatically starts it up.
I don't know.
Command.
I'd have to ask Iridium because he knows this better than I do. But I really hope so.
That would be had for when someone can host it but they can't actively play it.
All right, where are the doors opening up? God damn it!
Oh my.
This man said apple source. God, that's just so funny. God.
Apple source.
That's just so funny. Oh my God, Fodder. Sorry to. I'm sorry. That wasn't even me. I didn't even kill you.
Dr. Freeman.
Does anybody want to ask Fodder some questions?
Fodder in the chat?
Yeah, he's here.
Hey, Fodder.
Maybe.
So, Fodder, how does it feel to be carrying this project? By the way, let's be the absolute backbone of everything.
Am I?
Yeah.
No.
Aww.
The most mature member of this group.
Is you?
Okay. Do you say so?
In age.
In
Funny
age.
behavior.
You're actually not the oldest person though, so I mean, you know. I think.
Who's actually the oldest person here? It probably doesn't even matter anyway.
I wanna vaguely guess Robert, our character concept artist, who you guys have never heard of and probably heard from and probably never will. I've only spoken to him once or twice myself via voice chat. Although we've spoken a lot over text, of course. He's just not a very voice chatty kind of guy. But he does all the character concept art for RTBR. So
some that you might have seen on Twitter recently with the child slave concept art.
Child worker, it's not a slave. we need to be careful how we word this.
Right. There's no way to word it that it isn't weird.
Yeah.
No, but child worker is marginally less weird than child slave.
Voluntarily involuntary.
One of them is 1984, and the other one is Netflix Cuties 2020. All right, so I think you know we need to keep this in mind a bit.
God,
all right.
That is such a red flag.
Kralik, you're gonna get canceled, bro. Chill out. You need to.
I'm gonna get turned into a Twitter hashtag.
Kralik.
Do you know what would be actually hilarious? I live to see the day if I ever go on Twitter with the rare times I go on there, right? And I see Kralik.
No! I'm trying to hide. I'm trying to hide.
The trending tag.
Hashtag Kralikgate.
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 Kralik, where'd you get your name, by the way? It's such a weird name. I've never heard.
Bionicle, right?
Well, okay, when I was a kid, I did like Bionicles, and I made a name up for my main Bionicle, and his name was Kralik. And Bionicle is very dear to my heart, so I took the name with me onto. I took the name with me onto everything. For what I also have used Monty, because that was something else that I won't get into, and also. There was Toa Kralik, I guess, but I removed the Toa being a Bionicle thing, but I knocked off the Toa.
Alright, I wish I never asked. I really wish I never asked. Never mind.
It's a Bionicle thing, basically, alright? It's a Bionicle thing. As with anything, I have a lot to say about it.
So what was the first name you said? Was it Mate or something? Mate?
No.
That's an applesauce brand.
No, it's not. No, it's... I don't know. That probably wasn't my first one. I don't know what my first one was, to be honest. It probably wasn't Kralik. It would have been Gonzo XL5 because my dad made the name Gonzo XL5 and then I ended up nicking it because I don't know. I use the internet more than him.
To steal things.
But then I ended up shortening it to Gonzo for some things because it's my favorite Muppet.
What is the best Half-Life game?
What is the best Half-Life game? Opposing Force. Don't at me.
Survivor.
Oh, actually, there's some questions we're getting into YouTube. I should take a look at that in the meantime. Metro asks, how is Division 1.2? Going great.
Going very great. We've done some very exciting things with projected textures, which you'll see on Twitter at some point soonish.
And Larry Morrow asks, will Ravenholm have a dead child hiding under a bed?
No.
Ooh.
I know this is a thing in the beta maps, but there is a point at which I'm gonna go, maybe not. When it comes to certain things in the beta, I'm not on board with, and dead kids in Ravenholm is one of them.
Dead children. Name says in the chat, dead children, poggers.
There we go.
That's really funny.
Yeah, dead kids are hilarious.
Even better.
That's really, really just so fascinatingly cool. You know,
Entity, can you tell a joke for us, please? Actually, I want to hear a joke from you.
It's pink, turns around, and beeps when it's done.
I don't like this.
A baby in a microwave.
Okay, so this is what I want you to do, right? I want you to close your eyes.
Right, okay, let's bring it back a bit, fodder.
Okay, so I want everybody
put the filter back on.
To slowly take their hands off of your keyboard and mouse. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think of really, really... essentially nothing. Just have a blank mind, right? So I want you to
I took my
hands
off my keyboard, but there's still some people killing me whilst I'm AFK.
Right,
That's nothing new.
Alright, I'm gonna say this in the game. I need to find my voice key.
I think it's T?
T?
Might be T or Y. Yeah, it's Y.
No. No, like the voice chat.
X.
Like,
Oh.
X?
Mine is X. No, it isn't.
It's not even working. Anyways, oh, I found it. It's fucking K. All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so everybody who can hear me, I want you to stop playing the game. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Everyone, just close your eyes and
everyone,
slowly
peace.
take your hands off of the game, off of your keyboard and mouse.
I did.
Okay. No, I see somebody moving, holding a barrel.
Okay, fine, I'll stop.
Okay, everybody, take your hands off of your PC, right?
And there is quiet on the east.
I want everybody to just observe the silence for a minute and just let me guide you. Okay, guy with the revolver, stop moving. Stop! Stop! No. Stop.
Right, I will play you some background music.
We're gonna hear. Okay? We're gonna hear. Okay, brilliant. We're gonna.
Oh!
I hate it. Please
We're gonna listen to the silence. I want to hear silence in the game.
Kralik, please.
And first of all, I also want Kralik to stop. There's harmonica. Okay, so this is the joke, right? So this is gonna be really funny, right? So I want everyone to just be quiet. This isn't quiet. Stop moving.
You just turn down the volume, man.
Okay.
We're all listening. We're all
Sit
listening.
back, relax, get
No, like in the game, I want everyone to like stop moving the game. All right, so I want you guys to think about your earliest childhood memory.
Oh
right?
my god.
I want you to think about the earliest memory you have ever had. I want you to just keep going back. I want you to go back to last week, to last month, to last year, to the last few years, 5 years, 10 years, all the way to your earliest memory, okay?
I remember running through the apartment of my mum's best friend with no pants on, peeing on the floor.
Right, well, thanks for that.
That's my earliest memory. I don't know about you guys. I was at least half the age I am now.
I remember playing at my niece's home and finding a filled condom.
Nice.
That's good. That's good. Is anyone else would like to describe their earliest memory? Their earliest memory?
Ency, what's your earliest memory?
My
God damn it, Egon!
My earliest memory is, God. Playing Roblox,
God playing Roblox.
Just God playing Roblox, of course.
I've been playing Roblox,
now going back to more serious matters. The Deadly Reaper asks, how will the Citadel look inside? Kralik, I'm gonna run that by you.
If you know who H.R. Geiger is, there you go. Basically, a lot of the earlier Citadel interior concept art is inspired by Geiger's work, and we have our final Citadel model, since the one in Division 1 right now is not the final model. The final model will be looking a little bit more along these lines, with some more kind of organic stuff going on. Hopefully that'll be in Division 1.2. I'm hoping it will be. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's already kind of getting there. It's pretty cool. But it is taking a while, of course. These things take time. It is a Citadel.
It's actually pronounced Giger, but okay.
No, it's Geiger.
No, it's Giger.
No, it is Giger. You're right.
It is Geiger.
It's Giger. I know. Geiger sounds cooler, but it is Giger. You're right.
Geiger counter. It's kind of cool.
Anyway, yeah. So the interior will look a bit like that. It will look a bit Geiger.
Will the Citadel be pink?
No, which is where I should probably do an add-on from the last time, from the last question regarding the map texture thing, is that we're not going to be remaking textures, but we are going to be making new world textures to certain things. For example, the Arctic is going to need some more, and the Citadel will also have some slightly more interesting, unique
Will there
ones.
be snow effects for the Arctic?
I'd like to say yes. If we can figure out how funk precipitation works, yeah, sure. We just haven't had to think about that right yet.
You in the ground.
But
I always did this.
something we will get to.
This is like fucking 8 years ago
Okay.
that I last did that.
I actually want to ask the folks here, because any of the devs, because you guys are you guys are involved in the source modding community. What happened to missing information, if anybody knows?
Yeah.
Well, I'd sort of so they, as I understand it, regarding missing information, they wanted to post it on Steam, and basically, they got pretty far, and then Valve just kind of pulled the plug. They haven't been hearing a whole lot back from them, probably because Valve is still a little bit testy on the subject of missing information, and you know, it going on Steam is maybe not what they want to do, I suppose. Scott himself said that he had been struggling to communicate with them. The actual update that they've been wanting to push is very small, to the point where it's effectively a bug fix update with a couple of like added things here and there. But the thing has been kind of like put in the wings for so long, and it's such a small update. But Scott kind of lost a lot of interest in pursuing it further, or at least he had by the last time I spoke with him. So I think he was thinking of maybe just posting it on ModB by itself, but he hasn't done that yet. So I don't know if he's actually going to. And that's sort of what's happened with missing information.
Such a shame.
Yeah, that's why we aren't pushing Steam as our like goal for releases. If we when RTBR is completely done, like start to end, start to finish, I like to think that we'll be able to put it on Steam. But we will always be releasing. If at any point we decide to try Steam, we will also always be pushing updates to ModDB equally. Just for the other reason that there are people who don't like using Steam mods. Like Cvox, for example, doesn't actually like using Steam. And so as a result, he actually starts mods up using the .bat file thing workaround, which doesn't require you to actually have Steam to make it run.
Just for the record, just for a record, Krylak did say end for end, by the way. End to end.
End to end. Yes, as in from Division 1 to Division 7, right, when it's completely done.
Yeah.
So at that point we might consider it, because at that point
30 years.
Yeah, but yeah, about 30 years, so give or take.
30.
But yeah, no, not 30, 30.
You said 30.
Have you guys
30
ever
years.
considered collaborating with Dark Interval devs?
No.
That's
We
clear.
did for a
Instant
time.
shutdown.
For the same reason that they would not, because we both like each other. Me and Cvox get on quite well, and we both respect each other, and we respect each other's work, and you know, we support each other. But we are going in different directions. We have different ideas about what we want to do, and so there's no chance of us ever collaborating formally. About the most that goes on is behind the scenes. Sometimes mostly us, to be honest, because they've done a lot of this groundwork already from having been working on, you know, this stuff for like 9 years, right? A lot of the groundwork, which sometimes we have a question about something, we want to see how they did a particular thing, we ask them and they kind of give us some pointers, and that's about it in terms of collaboration. There is never going to be a formal, yeah man, RTBR and Dark Interval are now raising the interval Dark Redux or whatever.
Wow.
That being said, Cvox did work with the original team at some point.
Yes.
So that was the thing.
Yeah, so yeah, Cvox did work with the original RTB team, which RTBR was originally a continuation of, but now we're more of a spiritual successor. We've kind of gone in our own direction, doing our own thing, but with a couple of members of the old team, and Ambient, who was a lead developer at one point on RTB, now being one of my co-leads. The spirit is alive and well, and we still take pointers from the old team. We've also still repurposed some of their work with their blessing, of course, from Ambient and such. That being, for example, the AK and the GR9 models from there, as is the pistol from there, and some of the Division 1 mapping takes a lot of cues from the groundwork laid by the old RTB team. So their spirit lives on through RTBR. Even if it's not a direct continuation anymore.
Thank you. Raising the bar won't become... Yeah. Sorry, I just checked the chat for a second.
All good?
Oh, man. What was raising the bar then? Raising the bar was a beta I'm going from memory, but was a beta recreation mod just like RTB Redux, but I think it fell apart. Then Redux is trying to salvage what that was and just keep it going.
Like towards the end, we were like very horribly organized, so the whole thing just fell apart. and we decided to just, give it up and let someone else try it later on, which happened, and I'm glad it did.
Really now, like
Yeah.
a day.
Good stuff.
That's actually crazy.
Kralik, can you look behind you?
It wouldn't have been nearly as good as.
Oh.
it is now.
Name says poor organization always seems to be the death of mods. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. The thing that kills all mods is poor organization. My number one belief is that if a mod dies, it is 99% of the time the fault of the guy running it. Which it because
Guy?
or girl
It's
or
a
girl
man.
or girl guy or girl running it. If RTBR were to ever collapse, it would probably be on my head.
Now we know who to blame.
Because the way it boils down to is because the job of a lead developer is to keep things running, right? It's his job to keep his people happy, to keep the team organized, to keep the mod productive. And if there's a big issue, it's your job to problem solve and to figure out what the issue is, right? And as I say, I think it helps having a good team of people along with me who I can rely on to support me, to give me help. When I need it, and advice and stuff as well from other people on my team. But organization starts at the top, and if that fails, then it's a problem at the top as well.
Do you practice that in the mirror every day, Kralik?
No. No. Well, I've been asked this question so many times, internally and externally.
Okay,
I guess.
I was just pulling your leg there.
No, well, I mean, I have been asked it a lot of times. So my actual stance on it is pretty clear in my head. You know.
How long have you
Also,
been
I
part
like
of
to
the
talk.
modding community, by the way, the Half-Life 2 modding scheme?
2017,
Okay.
something like that. I've been modding since 2015, but I've been part of the Half-Life 2 community since 2017, and the first thing I ever joined was Project Borealis. And then I started RTBR whilst I was on Project Borealis. Then things just went from there.
Oh, speaking of, is Project Borealis still alive? They've been pretty dormant as of late. I was just wondering. That's still.
I'm not sure. I don't have my fingers in any pies over there, so I don't know what's going on. For the sake of the fact that I won't say this. I need to be better about this because we ought to be. I ought to be a little bit more professional about this now. Whatever my disagreements with the project, there were some really good people working on that. Some good people. Some of them were good friends of mine. Whilst I was working there, I even met one of them at a convention once, and we spent the day together, which is pretty cool. And I really hope that if there is any problems, that they kind of sort it out, because it would be good for the people who worked on it. It would be good to see their work go to use. And there's some people who have worked really hard over there for sure. So I hope it goes somewhere, and I hope it stays alive for that reason.
Okay. Thanks for the answers, man. Name asks actually a really good question. How do you guys cope with dev boredom?
I guess it depends what you mean. If you mean
we're doing.
if you mean burnout, I think the way you avoid burnout is you don't, as in just lack of motivation. Well, that's my job. And I.
Yeah, we do. We all have each other to kind of spur each other on.
Yes, we all work with each other. I
very good friends.
do my best to support people as well. Again, I think if the team stopped because no one was motivated to work, that would again probably be my fault. But everyone contributes towards the motivation and everything, and we're all pretty close friends. So
he has a whip. It's scary. You don't get his bad side.
yeah, that too. And for some of the people who need a little bit of extra coaxing, I have big arm muscles, so no worries.
Deadly
we
Reaper.
We actually do dev like group chat like workouts as well. We work out together.
Are you serious?
We did that twice.
No, we don't.
All right.
Oh wait, you guys actually do?
No.
It's not a regular thing. We did it twice.
If we did it twice, we do it a lot.
I mean, if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it is weird it's happened twice.
Deadly Reaper, the Deadly Reaper on YouTube.
And some of us have been
asks,
topless as well. That's kind of interesting.
How long
Right.
this mod will be? He apologizes for poor English, so I'm gonna guess he asked, how long will it take for the mod to be complete?
I was thinking he meant like how long will.
Yeah, I thought like
Been a
game
long
length.
time.
I mean, the answer to the first one is a while. The answer to the second one is to the second possibility of how long is it going to be in actual playtime. I would have said a good estimate would be about an hour to 2 hours per division. Division 1's probably going to be one of the bigger divisions. Division 2 is also going to be pretty big, but Division 3 will be the Wasteland, so it's probably going to be a little bit shorter because it's a little bit more tightly focused. Division 4 is the air exchange and the coast, so that might end up being a little bit longer again. Division 5 is the Arctic, which might end up being a slightly shorter one again. Division 6 is Street Wars, again, it's more tightly focused. And Division 7, the Citadel, will probably be the shortest one, because it's just for Citadel. Yeah, I don't know, probably an hour or two per division, I would have said.
So that'd be about 12 to 14 hours.
Go.
Something like that,
yeah.
I think, right now. Early playtest for Division 1 showed it to be about 2 hours, and I would have expected that to be similar for most divisions.
Right.
Shockwave 101, rest in peace Rick May, asks, will there be Vertigo?
Yes.
Will there be Vertigo? Yeah, that's going to be in Street Wars, I think.
I think we have both of the skyscrapers planned.
Yeah, Palace and Vertigo. I
Yeah,
think,
Deadly
are both
Reaper
in
was
there.
asking about playtime, to be precise.
Cool.
The Cool Cats Productions asks, I have one question. I forgot if I asked it before. Will there be whale bones in the Wasteland level?
We have a lot of things planned for the Wasteland to spruce it up a bit. Kind of assets for it are being made. There's obviously not a super high priority on it because it is Division 3, and we're still working on making the final release of Division 1 and then pushing ahead on Division 2. But I mean, stuff like that will be making its way in. There's also other interesting things like Zen Fauna.
Zen Fauna is my favourite thing I've worked on so far.
Yeah, Peeps animated those. You won't see them for a while, but when you do see them, it will be very much worth it.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Skizix.
You should be.
That made me feel really bad. I have a question for Vertigo, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that one Combine conversation that they had?
Yeah.
Like after the helicopter crash? Do you actually plan to put that conversation in there?
I would like to do stuff like that, but we'll probably be rewriting it a bit so it's kind of more everything instead of being verbatim. I think I know that a lot of the dialogue scenes in Division 1, I mean, well, mostly Barney and Kleiner. I almost said Biner and Clarny there.
You've done that before. You almost said
Biner.
I have done that before, but Clarny and Biner. I think going forwards, I want our dialogue to be reminiscent. But Hensi, let's go forwards, man. Let's go together. Let's RP walk. RP walk, man.
Good idea.
Oh, sorry.
I was dead immediately.
Sorry.
Never mind.
I don't want a goatee though.
Want to be friendly.
But anyway, the point is, yes, cool. There was a bunch of questions in the actual chat as well.
Are you guys? Are you
chat.
ever worried about not being like copying, unintentionally copying like other beta recreation mods and their ideas when you're working on this stuff?
Is it something that might end up happening? Yes. Am I worried about it? No. We're all trying to do different shades of the same thing. You know, it's like we're all following very similar vignettes and very similar concepts, and the way in which we make it unique is how we choose to make those our own, right? So similar ideas will crop up. Hopefully the execution of those ideas is what sets everything apart from each other.
Okay. There's one. This is a personal question of mine. Entity, and since you work on the music, I know you said we won't have any Half-Life 2 music. But is there at any point we can have the train station part 2 in RTBR? Because I love that track. It just adds so much to the atmosphere.
Okay, so you're talking about the one after the G-Man sequence, right?
The one that plays when you're running from the Combine on the rooftops, and you can like see the Citadel in the background. You're trying to get to Alex, I think, in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I'd love to expand on that. That's actually my favorite track. Second to the G-Man sequences, the first G-Man monologue. Yeah, those two are my favorites. But yeah, I mean, if you're asking me if I want to expand on it, or...
Expand or have it in there. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to put that in there.
We do already have. Sorry, go on and see.
Well, no, I was gonna mention. I've also worked on the console fight, which is at the very. I sort of worked. Rack.
Oh, should we talk about that? Are we supposed to talk about that?
I don't know.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it a console fight.
Yeah.
The only thing I wanted to say is that I worked on it and it's done. Like the
Okay.
console fight, you know, like
Music, not the actual fight itself.
Music.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's not even. I don't think it's actually going to be a console fight. Actually, I don't mean to like take that back. I don't think it will be. There will be a console fight, but definitely something at the end. There's going to be a big fight at the end either
Enough
way.
damage control. Enough damage control. Next question. Another question.
Honestly,
Will it be plane or helicopter that will be in the Street Wars chapter? That I'm assuming it's gonna crash into that skyscraper or something. That's
probably a plane at this time. I guess it would depend. I'm thinking. Obviously, that's a lot in the future. So here's the thing: we have a really firm plan. The closer the division is to where we currently are, like Division 2 is completely locked down for what we're actually gonna do. Right? It's very much in our hands. Right? Division 3 is pretty much in our hands. Division 4 is pretty well planned. Division 5, however, starts to get a little bit nebulous. Even Division 4, and then Division 6 and 7 are kind of just. We have kind of like a pin in it that goes, okay, this is it.
Entity said yes.
I have to head it out, but it was great playing with you guys, and
Adios,
I'll
man.
see you guys in the next one. Yeah,
No worries, NC boy. Thank you, man.
Alright,
Take it easy.
Yeah,
It was fun,
You
man.
too.
See you, bro.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
Yeah, just so you know, Krylak, after this map rotates, I will have to get going as well. Just so you're
That is
aware.
fine. I'll probably also bounce at that point.
Okay.
But of course, the
Bounce
server.
now.
We can leave the server up for anybody who fancies playing, and then when there's no one left, Mr. will just crack it down, I suppose.
Okay. That's that map over with. All right. Ivan Crazy Eyed Mustafa. I'm de facto public relations guy alongside Two Time for RTBR. Thanks for tuning into the stream, and hope you got your questions answered by the devs. We'll leave it at that.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. There will be more from us going forwards. So keep your ears and your eyes peeled.
It was very fun.
Adios.
Take it easy, boys and girls. Bye-bye.
Take it easy. Bye bye.
Bye.